Hey everyone, I'm Jon Jordan, your host for the show, and the theater manager here at the Albert and Eunice Boscov Theater, conveniently located on the first floor of GoggleWorks Center for the Arts, right here in beautiful downtown Reading, Pennsylvania. Welcome to the May 2025 episode of At the Movies. If you're a movie lover here in the greater Reading area, this program is for you. We'll keep you up to date with some of the coolest local movie theaters, offering some of the coolest programming, from new release indie titles to major blockbusters on the biggest screens around. Local film premieres, annual film festivals, and unique cinematic experiences you aren't likely to find anywhere else. We'll take you behind the scenes at some of your favorite local movie theaters, showing you a side of them you've likely never seen before. And, hopefully, we'll introduce you to some new theaters you haven't visited yet. This month on the show, we're doing something a little different. In early April, CinemaCon 2025 took over Caesars Palace in fabulous Las Vegas, Nevada, as it does every year. If you're not familiar, CinemaCon is an annual global gathering of the entire film exhibition industry. Theaters and theater chains, all of the major movie studios, exhibition industry vendors, and more, all under one roof for a week of exclusive sneak peeks at new films and movie stars pitching their upcoming projects, a trade show of the latest popcorn popping technology, innovative new seating options, and the top projector and sound systems on full display. This was my second year attending, and it was an amazing experience, one that most movie lovers never get, since the conference is industry only. So, this month on At the Movies, I'm taking you all inside CinemaCon 2025, featuring some footage I collected myself while there, but also the big studio presentation recaps produced by Paper Airplane, and red carpet photos taken and shared by the conference organizers. Then, of course, as always, we'll fly back here to the greater Reading area to take a look at the month of movies ahead at all of our friendly neighborhood theaters, including the Boscov Theater, and Reading Movies 11 and IMAX here in Reading, the Colonial Theater in Phoenixville, the Emmaus Theater in Emmaus, Shankweiler's Drive-In in Orefield, and the Mahoning Drive-In in Lehighton. So grab your popcorn and sit back. At the Movies starts right now.
Stepping out of Sony's CinemaCon presentation, and wow, Sony continues to impress. The Sony presentation got started with a hilarious video starring Paul Rudd and Jack Black from the set of Anaconda. They introduced Sony chairman and CEO Tom Rothman, who emphasized that great filmmakers make great movies. Danny Boyle excited the crowd with a discussion on 28 Years Later and the debut of a new trailer that introduced Nia DaCosta as the director of its sequel, 28 Years Later, The Bone Temple. Phil Lord, Bob Perchetti, and Justin K. Thompson dazzled us with Beyond the Spider-Verse and confirmed a release date. They also dropped a stunning new look at new animation to continue the Spider-Verse saga. Director Kaganata premiered a new trailer for A Big, Bold, Beautiful Journey starring Margot Robbie and Colin Farrell. Director Tyree Dillahay introduced Goat, an inspiring underdog story about a determined goat striving to succeed in a league dominated by much larger animals. Producer Stephen Curry shared an on-screen message about his passion for close-to-home underdog stories. Darren Aronofsky unveiled his next film, Caught Stealing, with a new trailer. It's a gritty thriller with an incredible cast about an ex-baseball player navigating the grunge and crime of 90s New York. Sanford Panich brought out director Zach Kreger, who teased the CinemaCon audience with what his reboot of Resident Evil will be like. From what we hear, horror fans, get ready. Big news for anime fans from Adam Bergman, with Demon Slayer Infinity Castle launching right after Season 3's events, as well as Scarlet and Chainsaw Man. He also updated us on the revival of I Know What You Did Last Summer with a new trailer featuring stars Freddie Prinze Jr. and Jennifer Love Hewitt. Bergerman kept the big reveals coming with Jumanji 3 and reminded audiences of the new live-action Legend of Zelda. Karate Kid Legends took over the stage with an electrifying drum and dance performance, followed by the original Karate Kid Ralph Macchio with CinemaCon rising star Ben Wang, who introduced 2 scenes from the film as well as a new trailer. Josh Greenstein introduced director Destin Daniel Creighton, who revealed the new title for Spider-Man Brand New Day. Tom Holland even sent a sweet message to fans, but don't worry, no spoilers. The final moment of the night was director Sam Mendes revealing The Beatles, a 4-part bingeable cinematic experience. Each film tells the story from a different Beatles perspective. The unveiling included a star-studded cast announcement bringing out Paul Mescal as Paul, Joseph Quinn as George, and Barry Cogan as Ringo, and Harry Dickinson as John. Sony's lineup is as exciting as ever. Which ones are you psyched about? Just came out of the Lionsgate CinemaCon 2025 presentation, and seriously, they are bringing some exciting stuff this year. Adam Fogelson, Lionsgate's chairman of the Motion Picture Group, joined us on stage to introduce a preview of Ballerina. Ana de Armas, CinemaCon's Action Star of the Year, and director Lee Wiseman came on stage to talk about Ballerina. Ana discussing her intensive 4 months of stunt training, integrating ballet into fight scenes, while Lee praised the John Wick franchise's influence on their film. Director Francis Lawrence took the stage to discuss The Long Walk, another Stephen King adaptation with David Johnson and Mark Hamill. The film almost all shot in chronological order, making it a unique film experience. A trailer followed, showing the intense rules of the walk: fall below 3 miles per hour, and it's over. Adam Fogelson talked about The Hunger Games: Sunrise on the Reaping, unveiling an animated logo featuring dramatic lava visuals. Luca Guadagnino, the director of American Psycho, joined us via video from his home in Europe, sharing with audiences how he's looking forward to giving more details on the movie soon. Next, we got an update from I Can Only Imagine, the sequel, which will hit theaters March 20th, 2026. Fogelson also announced new John Wick projects, including an animated prequel series and John Wick 5, directed and produced by Chad Stahelski, plus a spin-off show starring Kane, played by Donnie Yen. A trailer was shown for the comedy Good Fortune, starring Aziz Ansari, Seth Rogen, and Keanu Reeves. We got an extended first look for Paul Rudd and Nick Jonas's new comedy, Power Ballad, about a struggling former boy band member looking for his next career move. Ruben Fleischer discussed Now You See Me, Now You Don't. They teased an upcoming heist involving a dangerous diamond mining group and delighted audiences with a new trailer. Paul Feig introduced The Housemaid, based on the best-selling novel, with Sydney Sweeney, Amanda Seyfried, and Brandon Sklenar joining him on stage to share a little behind-the-scenes fun and a new trailer. Finally, Trey Schultz presented Hurry Up Tomorrow, featuring The Weeknd, Jenna Ortega, and Barry Cogan. Jenna discussed her love for horror films, and The Weeknd performed live, including his hit Blinding Lights and the title track of his new album, finishing his performance with an I Love You CinemaCon.
See you at the movies.
Caught the Warner Brothers presentation at CinemaCon 2025, and boy, did they show up for us in a big way. Jeff Goldsmith Epstein, president of domestic distribution for Warner Brothers, kickstarted the show with a mega trailer featuring upcoming blockbusters including Superman, Minecraft, and F1. He then highlighted Warner Brothers' century-long legacy in storytelling, introducing new clips from eagerly awaited films like Mortal Kombat 2. Pam Abdi and Mike DeLuca, co-chair and CEOs of Warner Brothers Motion Picture Group, took the stage next to introduce Sinners, directed by Ryan Coogler and starring Michael B. Jordan. Ryan Coogler then joined via video to share a special message with audiences about his new film and his journey in the cinematic space. Regina Hall and Tiana Taylor and Leonardo DiCaprio came out on stage next to discuss their upcoming film, One Battle After Another, giving audiences a look at their experience working with renowned director Paul Thomas Anderson. We also got a special sneak peek at an extended trailer. Director Maggie Gyllenhaal introduced her new film on stage, The Bride, alongside Jessie Buckley. They talked about the unique challenges and inspirations behind the film, which reimagines the classic Frankenstein tale in a radical punk romance. Richard Brenner, president and chief creative officer of New Line Cinema, shared a short trailer of what's to come from New Line. He then brought us a new scene from Final Destination Bloodlines that promises to bring fans of the franchise a whole lot of horror fun. Zach Kreger, director of Barbarian, then introduced his new film, Weapons, starring Pedro Pascal, Josh Brolin, and Julia Garner, along with a special CinemaCon-only trailer. Next up from Warner Brothers and Apple, director Joseph Kosinski and producer Jerry Bruckheimer surprised us with the first 10 minutes of F1, starring Brad Pitt and produced by Lewis Hamilton. The team behind Top Gun Maverick promised an unprecedented immersive experience for moviegoers this summer. Bill Damashki, president of Warner Brothers Pictures Animation, revealed new upcoming animation projects, including the new adaptation of Cat in the Hat, voiced by Bill Hader, who joined us on stage to share a very special trailer for the film. James Gunn and Peter Safran, co-CEOs of DC Studios, premiered a new trailer for Superman, then stepped on stage alongside Rachel Brosnahan, David Cornsweet, and Nicholas Hoult to chat with the audience about the new film and what they are most excited about when it comes to bringing this new chapter to Superman fans. What Angel Studios is cooking up in their CinemaCon presentation, definitely something fresh for audiences. Jared Giese, Chief Distribution Officer of Angel Studios, took to the stage to kick off the Angel Studios presentation. Giese outlined how their next big project, The King of Kings, aimed to bring families across the world to the theaters. Giese showed us a sneak peek trailer of their 2025 lineup, featuring never-before-seen clips of The King of Kings, The Last Rodeo, Sketch, Truth and Treason, and Zero AD. Brandon Purdy, Executive Vice President, Head of Theatrical Distribution, came up on stage showing their diverse portfolio of films. He then introduced a CinemaCon First Look sneak peek trailer of Zero AD coming this Christmas season. From what we saw, it's definitely going to deliver the gritty and cinematic experience Purdy promises it will be. Next, Shelley Schultz, theatrical film sales manager, talked us through how cinematic Zero AD is going to be for audiences worldwide. Schultz then walked us through their upcoming lineup, starting with Sketch, starring Tony Hale and Darcy Carden, an all-new original story that blends genres like comedy, fantasy, mystery, and even a little bit of horror. Tim Rollins, Director of Theatrical Operations, closed out the presentation by revealing more about their 2026 lineup, which included Fablehaven, Young Washington, A Founder's Story, and Fellowship, Tolkien and Lewis. Coming at you right after Universal's CinemaCon presentation, and let us just tell you, it was an absolute thrill ride. Universal kicked off their presentation with Mike Novak, president of music and publishing, who spoke about how important music is in engaging an audience. He then introduced renowned Emmy-winning composer Ricky Minor and the actual Universal Orchestra responsible for so many amazing scores. They then played us a medley of iconic Universal music. Chairman of Universal Pictures Donna Langley came to the stage to introduce Pete Levinson, chairman of Global Distribution of Entertainment and Studios with NBC Universal, who teed up Jurassic World Rebirth. With help from Ricky Minor, the crowd was introduced to director Gareth Edwards and cast Scarlett Johansson and Mahershala Ali. They then talked about their experience in Thailand and showed us a first-look trailer. Margie Cohen, president of DreamWorks Animations, then joined to tell us about a new feature film from the animated franchise they've built up over the last 4 years, Gabby's Dollhouse. Gabby's Dollhouse, the movie, is a hybrid live-action animated feature that aims to dazzle families with a unique, immersive experience. We got a brand new trailer, and oh boy, was Cohen not kidding. Craig Robinson and Awkwafina came out to share the brand new trailer for The Bad Guys 2. Director Dean DeBois and live-action How to Train Your Dragon stars Gerard Butler and Nico Parker came out to drop some huge news. How to Train Your Dragon 2 will be coming to theaters sooner than expected, releasing June 11th, 2027. Stars of him, Marlon Wayans and Tyreek Withers, took to the stage to introduce producer Jordan Peele's next horror film, a unique genre blend of sports and horror. They then gave us a first-look teaser. The CinemaCon crowd was then treated to a brand new trailer for Nobody 2, a continuation of Bob Odenkirk's action comedy. Peter Kajowski, chairman of Focus Features, then came to the stage and gave us 3 first looks with Wes Anderson's The Phoenician Scheme, Yorgos Lanthimos' Begonia, and the conclusion of Downton Abbey. Then the scare started with Blumhouse CEO Jason Blum in character as Freddy Fazbear to show us a soon-to-be-released teaser of Five Nights at Freddy's 2, hitting theaters this December. Blum introed this October's Black Phone 2 and brought to the stage CinemaCon's 2025 rising star Madeline McGraw. They then showed us a first-look teaser at Black Phone 2, followed by Madeline inviting her sister Violet McGraw to the stage to introduce Megan 2.0, featuring a performance by 30 Megan dancers. Jason Blum, with his collaborator of CEO Atomic Monster James Wan, gave us a first look at their new film, Soulmate. Finally, Jim Orr, president of theatrical distribution, came to the stage to give a glimpse of 2026 with Super Mario Bros. 2, Minions 3, and Shrek 5, with the original cast returning of Mike Myers, Cameron Diaz, Eddie Murphy, and now Zendaya. He then mentioned 2 powerhouse movies coming to the summer of 2026, a Steven Spielberg-directed feature, and Christopher Nolan's epic The Odyssey. The presentation concluded with Cynthia Erivo, Ariana Grande, director John M. Chu, and producer Mark Platt thanking theaters and audiences for the success of Wicked and giving us a sneak peek at Wicked for Good. Just back from the MGM Amazon showcase at CinemaCon 2025, excitement is in the air with their bold lineup. For the first time ever, Amazon MGM Studios took to the stage at CinemaCon and kicked off the show with an extended trailer for Project Hail Mary. Then Mike Hopkins, head of Amazon MGM, came out to present the Amazon MGM slate, saying how excited they were to share their 2025 and 2026 films with the CinemaCon crowd. Kevin Wilson, head of theatrical distribution, then introduced producers Chris Miller and Phil Lord alongside star and producer Ryan Gosling to share more on their film Project Hail Mary. Michael B. Jordan, star and director of The Thomas Crown Affair, then came on screen to thank theaters and audiences for helping make his interpretation of a classic film a reality. Anne Hathaway, Dakota Johnson, Josh Hartnett, director Michael Showalter, and author Colleen Hoover then joined via video to introduce an exclusive teaser for the sexy dramatic thriller Verity. Director Luca Guadagnino, Andrew Garfield, and Ayo Edebiri then took to the stage to discuss their film After the Hunt, followed by an exclusive trailer. The audience then got a first look at Chris Pratt and Rebecca Ferguson's new movie Mercy. Chris Pratt came out after the trailer with Rebecca Ferguson joining via video. Wilson then returned to the stage to introduce Three Bags Full, a sheep detective movie starring Hugh Jackman and Emma Thompson. Thompson and Jackman joined via video to share a new sneak peek of their film. Next up, Chris Hemsworth, Halle Berry, and director Bart Layton took to the stage to talk about their new film, Crime 101, and then shared a new trailer for the film starring Barry Hemsworth, as well as Barry Keoghan, Monica Barbaro, Nick Nolte, Mark Ruffalo, and so many more. We were treated to a trailer for Is God Is, with stars Vivian A. Fox, Mallory Johnson, and Eric Alexander joining audiences on stage to share more about the film. Before leaving, they introduced Courtney Valenti, head of theatrical and streaming film, and Sue Kroll, Amazon's head of marketing, who spoke about the innovation and vision of Amazon MGM, leading to bringing back United Artists and investing in Orion, who will be bringing audiences Your Mother, Your Mother, Your Mother, starring Mahershala Ali. The pair then introduced stars Nicholas Galestine and Camila Mendez via video, along with director Travis Knight from the set of Masters of the Universe. Audiences then got a sneak peek for the film. Valenti and Kroll returned to introduce director Gavin O'Connor and the cast of The Accountant 2, including Ben Affleck, John Barenthal, Cynthia Adai Robinson, and Daniela Pineda. They closed out the night revealing an extended trailer for the film. Kevin Wilson finally returned to the stage to end the night with a tribute video of MGM's century-long history, bringing amazing classics to the silver screen, as well as their slate for what's to come. Just left Paramount CinemaCon 2025 presentation. You're in for such a treat. Chris Aronson, president of Domestic Theatrical Distribution, started off Paramount's 2025 presentation with a surprise stunt performance, joking that he does all of his own stunts too, followed by an announcement of Paramount's upcoming film slate. Brian Robbins, president and CEO of Paramount Pictures, came to the stage next to give us a preview of what's to come in 2026, including Children of Blood and Bones, Heart of the Beast, Sonic the Hedgehog 4, and Scream 7. He also shared that we'll be getting the Trey Parker, Matt Stone, and Kendrick Lamar untitled musical film in March. Edgar Wright was joined on stage by stars Glenn Powell, CinemaCon Star of the Year, Coleman Domingo, and Josh Brolin to introduce and talk about their new film, The Running Man. The four then showed us our very first glimpse at the action-packed film. Ramsey Nato, president of Paramount Animation, told audiences to expect Paw Patrol, the Dino film, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2, and Smurfs this year. She then announced the official title of the last Airbender animated feature, The Legend of Aang. Then she introduced Rihanna, who came on video to show us an exclusive CinemaCon sneak peek trailer of Smurfs. SpongeBob star Tom Kenny came out to talk about the SpongeBob movie, Search for SquarePants, and surprised audiences with his co-star Mark Hamill. The pair presented the very first look for the movie with an extended trailer. Accompanied by a noir sax player, Chris Aronson with a Naked Gun voiceover made his way across the stage and showed us the new trailer for The Naked Gun coming out August 1st. Channing Tatum, CinemaCon's winner of the Distinguished Decade of Achievement in Film Award, was introduced to tell us more about his upcoming film, Roofman. Before leaving, he gave us an extended sneak peek for the movie. Aronson told us more about Regretting You, a new film adaptation of Colleen Hoover's book. We got to see a wholesome moment from the cast on set, which just started production only last week. Brian Robbins returned to present the one and only Tom Cruise on stage, starting with honoring his friend, the late Val Kilmer. Tom took us through his history with Mission Impossible, The Final Reckoning director Christopher McQuarrie, before bringing him to the stage to present him with the CinemaCon Director of the Year award. They then closed out the presentation with a new trailer for the film. out of Disney's CinemaCon 2025 showcase. Pure magic as always. CinemaCon's final presentation of the week began with Alan Bergman, co-chairman of Disney Entertainment, who was introduced by Stitch on screen and gave insight into the company's jam-packed slate. Bergman then introduced Andrew Cripps, head of theatrical distribution, who showed off his custom Stitch jacket. He even gave us a sneak peek look at Lilo and Stitch, showcasing a scene featuring the fuzzy blue alien we all love, causing havoc everywhere. Bergman returned with stars Jamie Lee Curtis and Lindsay Lohan, recipient of the CinemaCon Vanguard Award, to share news on Freakier Friday. Lohan and Curtis then presented an exclusive first look made just for the crowd at CinemaCon. After a spectacular light show that illuminated the entire theater, stars Jeff Bridges and Jared Leto joined Bergman to discuss Tron Ares. They told us to expect stunning visuals and amazing music from artists like Nine Inch Nails before presenting us with a teaser that left the crowd stunned. Bergman then came out to shift focus to 20th Century Studios, starting with showing us a new trailer for The Amateur following its premiere in New York, where critics loved it. He then revealed to us our first real look at Predator Badlands, which asked the question of what happens when Predator is the good guy. Elle Fanning joined Bergman to talk more about this unique film in the Predator franchise. Without giving away any spoilers, Fanning showed us a first look at their new teaser. Next was Bruce Springsteen biopic Deliver Me From Nowhere, with stars Jeremy Allen White and Jeremy Strong joining Bergman on stage to show us an emotional first look with White as Springsteen. Jamie Lee Curtis then returned to the stage along with Bergman and star Emma Mackey to introduce Ella McKay and director James L. Brooks, who joined them to accept the CinemaCon Cinema Verite Award. After an emotional acceptance speech, Brooks gave us a first look at Ella McKay. Bergman then presented us with the first trailer for Searchlight's The Roses, starring Benedict Cumberbatch and Olivia Colman, inspired by The War of the Roses. The comedic drama tells the story of a couple with some pretty serious marriage issues. We transitioned from 20th Century to Marvel Studios, with Bergman presented Thunderbolts, with stars Julia Louis-Dreyfus, Wyatt Russell, David Harbour, Hannah John Kamen, and Florence Pugh, rushing through the crowd to take the stage, where we were shown a sneak peek scene from the film. Kevin Feige then appeared on video from the set of Avengers Doomsday, where we got to see the Fantastic Four in a new trailer, featuring our very first look at the iconic Silver Surfer and villainous Galactus. Academy Award winner Zoe Saldana came to the stage with more about Pixar's new film, Elio, where we got the opportunity to see a sneak peek in 3D. Nick Wilde, voiced by Jason Bateman, appeared via video in a cute parody of CinemaCon to introduce Ke Huy Quan, who told us more about his character Gary from Zootopia 2. Quan revealed to the crowd not just one, but two full scenes, with one even featuring Quinta Brunson as a cute, cuddly therapist. Closing out CinemaCon's last presentation, James Cameron appeared to tell us about Avatar 2: Fire and Ash and reintroduced Zoe Saldana. She then took the stage to show us a 3D reel from the film featuring glimpses of the Wind Traders and villainous Ash warriors.
Be sure to tune in here to At the Movies every month for a behind-the-scenes look at one of our participating theaters, local film festivals, and more. Now, let's take a look at all of our friendly neighborhood theaters to see what kinds of programming they've got coming up this month. In May 2025, here at the Boscov Theater at GoggleWorks Center for the Arts in Reading, PA, we've got a new independent film opening every single week. Kicking off the month with a wild ride, we've got Death of a Unicorn from A24, starring Paul Rudd and Jenna Ortega. Death of a Unicorn plays daily from Friday, May 2nd through Thursday, May 8th. Opening Friday, May 9th, we've got The Friend from Bleecker Street, starring Naomi Watts and Bill Murray. The Friend plays daily from Friday, May 9th through Thursday, May 15th. Then, opening Friday, May 16th, we've got The Luckiest Man in America from IFC. The Luckiest Man in America plays daily from Friday, May 16th through Thursday, May 22nd. Then, opening Friday, May 23rd, we've got The Last Rodeo from Angel Studios for its national break, starring the real-life husband and wife, Neil and Ruve McDonough. The Last Rodeo plays daily from Friday, May 23rd through Thursday, May 29th, with only one exception. For one day only on Sunday, May 25th, we'll be officially kicking off our classic summer blockbuster series with the original summer blockbuster, Jaws from 1975. Jaws is celebrating its 50th anniversary this year, and we've got a special 4K remaster which will be playing all day with showtimes at 12 p.m., 3 p.m., and 7 p.m. We'll also have some special concessions tailored to this one-day event, so don't miss out. Finally, closing out the month, we've got David Cronenberg's latest body horror masterpiece, The Shrouds, from Variance Films. The Shrouds will play daily from Friday, May 30th through Thursday, June 5th. And that's May 2025 here at the Boscov Theater so far. You can always find our complete schedule of upcoming films and events, and purchase tickets in advance for all of the films I just mentioned at GoggleWorks.org. We can't wait to see you this month at Reading's home for independent film. In May 2025 at RC Theaters, Reading Movies 11 and IMAX in Reading, PA. They've got a number of films now playing, including The Thunderbolts, The Accountant 2, Until Dawn, King of Kings, Sinners, and a Minecraft movie. Also releasing this month, they've got Final Destination Bloodlines, Hurry Up Tomorrow, Lilo and Stitch, Mission Impossible Final Reckoning, and The Karate Kid Legends. They've got 2 shows from the Met Opera live in HD this month, one on May 17th and another on May 31st. They've also got their summer movie program starting up in June, featuring special family-friendly programming on Tuesdays and Wednesdays at 10 a.m. from June 17th through August 6th. All tickets are just $1, and films will include Despicable Me 4, Trolls Band Together, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mutant Mayhem, The Bad Guys, Garfield, Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse, Sonic the Hedgehog 3, Transformers 1, Paw Patrol The Mighty Movie, Kung Fu Panda 4, and The Wild Robot. For more information, visit rctheaters.com/Summer Movies 2025. And of course, they've got ongoing promotions at the theater, including Theater Ears. Listen to movies in Spanish using the free Theater Ears app. Earbuds are available for purchase at the theater if needed. My First Movie Experience program. Celebrate your little one's first big screen adventure with their My First Movie Experience commemorative ticket. Visit rctheaters.com/my-first-movie for more information and for tips on how to prepare for a first movie. And of course, sign up for RC Theaters' Improved Rewards program. For their complete schedule of showtimes and to purchase tickets in advance, visit rctheaters.com.
Hello, and welcome to the Colonial Theater in Phoenixville, Pennsylvania. My name is Bob, and I'm the director of programming here. I am sitting in our iconic 1903 theater inside our balcony. Actually, this is the balcony, and I'm about 2 seats off where Steve McQueen came to get his friends from the movie The Blob. And as you can see behind me, we do have a plaque dedicated to where the Blob actually came out and attacked our patrons back in 1958. You're safe now. We do a Blob Fest coming up July 11th, 12th, and 13th, and tickets for that event are currently on sale, and is a wide variety of programming, a street fair, costume contests, live acts, and even movie riffing at one point. Oh yes, we will be riffing Mystery Science Theater 3000 style on Sunday. So you definitely want to check that out at blobfest.com and check our social pages. We have all kinds of announcements coming up. What I would like to talk to you today about is our May releases and a couple of things from June that I would like to throw in there really quick. So on May 10th, we are going to be having our Silent Film Festival. This is put on by the Theater Organ Society of the Delaware Valley, and they will be presenting 2 comedies from the golden age of Hollywood. The first is Ella Cinders from 1926, and the second is another film from 1926 called The Cruise of Jasper B. Now, this will be done with a live accompaniment by Don Keener. We actually have a 100-year-old plus theater organ inside of our theater. So this is an experience that you're not going to find many places, especially not here in Pennsylvania. So you definitely want to come and check it out on May 10th. Now, on May 14th, that's a Wednesday night, we're going to be having a special presentation of Clown in a Cornfield. It's a new horror film released by IFC and Shudder, and we have a special guest. The author of the original book, Adam Cesar, will be here to do a Q&A after the film. He'll also introduce it, but that is in partnership with our local bookstore, Reeds & Company, which is directly across the street from the theater. We'll have copies of Adam's book. He will be signing, and hopefully have some other goodies that we're able to give away. Now, May 23rd through the 25th, we will be screening Raiders of the Lost Ark, the original George Lucas and Steven Spielberg classic starring Harrison Ford and Karen Allen. We will be screening this all Memorial Day weekend, so you have lots of opportunities to come on in and enjoy one of the greatest movies of all time on our big screen. So we really hope that you'll spend some time with us over Memorial Day weekend. Now, on May 31st, we will have Joe Bob Briggs. Yes, the Joe Bob Briggs will be back here at the Colonial for his indoor drive-in geek out. Now, this year, we will be featuring 2 films, and the title of that event is called The Cockeyed World of Russ Meyer. Yes, I said Russ Meyer. We will be screening Vixen and Super Vixens. So this presentation will obviously have a lot of context, and Joe Bob himself will be giving a full presentation about the importance and significance of these 2 films, especially in the scope of cinema and what it means to movies today. Always, Joe Bob is fantastic. He loves meeting his fans. We will have merch, he will do signings, and we're gonna have 2 movies that you're really not going to see in too many places on the big screen, and that's in this theater. So we've already sold a lot of tickets. Tickets are available now, but you definitely wanna come out because people travel from all over the East Coast to see Joe Bob. Now, as we get into June, we do have 4 35mm presentations. That will be something you will not want to miss. So on Friday the 13th, we'll be screening Friday the 13th, A New Beginning. Now, that's from Paramount. It's on 35mm, and this print is so interesting and unique that it actually features Spanish subtitles. So it's a good print. We've seen it before. We've shown it here before. But we will also have a poster, a special event poster by Chris Garofalo that night as well. So you can mark the occasion that you saw Friday the 13th on Friday the 13th. Now, Saturday the 14th, if you care to join us again, we'll be screening exploitation films. We have an event that we partner with Exhumed Films called X-Fest. This is their 13th X-Fest. It is 12 straight hours of exploitation films. Now, the little kicker here is you don't know what you're gonna get. So it's kind of a surprise. It's only 12 hours. We start at 12, we end at 12. Films never stop, and everything is a surprise. And I'm sure Exhumed will give us a few titles that you will not see anywhere else in a theater, let alone on celluloid. So it's going to be a fun event. Now, Sunday, you might as well just spend the weekend here because Father's Day weekend is amazing here at the Colonial. We will be screening Tombstone. Yes, in honor of Val Kilmer, we will be screening Tombstone on 35 millimeter. The significance to this print is it may be the only way that you can screen the film at present. The 35 millimeter print is very rare to begin with, but let alone a screening of Tombstone is also rare right now. It probably will change since Val has passed away. Definitely one of his best roles. Not to take anything away from The Doors or from Top Gun or anything else, but he disappears as Doc Holliday. So definitely something that we'd want to see. Spend Father's Day here with us, bring Dad, bring Grandpa, bring everybody, come and see the Colonial, beautiful theater. Also spend the day and watching Tombstone, clearly one of the greatest Westerns ever made. Now, at the end of June, we will have a 35 millimeter presentation of Bullet. That's Steve McQueen's Bullet. What's significant about that is we are getting ready for Blobfest, and we always feature Steve McQueen in one movie right beforehand. And this year it will be Bullet, and it's gonna be a great time. So please join us here in Phoenixville at the Colonial Theater. We've got a lot of other great programming. We'll have Clown in a Cornfield for 2 weeks. We'll be showing that movie here, and we really hope that you'll join us for a lot of our kid programming that's going to start in the beginning of May. We will also have lots of great things in July, lots of adventure, lots of excitement, and of course, Blobfest. Thank you.
In May 2025 at the Mahoning Drive-In Theater in Lehighton, PA. The Thursday ThreadUp series continues with Twilight Zone the movie on May 1st. Friday, May 2nd, the Mahoning is Goin' Cohen with a double feature of Fargo and The Big Lebowski. On Saturday, May 3rd, the Muppets Take Mahoning for a third year with a double feature of The Muppets Take Manhattan and Muppet Treasure Island. On Sunday, May 4th, may the Schwartz be with you for a screening of Spaceballs. Thursday, May 8th, the Thursday ThreadUp film series presents The Funhouse. Friday, May 9th and Saturday, May 10th, it's Bacon Bits weekend. On Friday, see a double feature of Flatliners and Tremors, and then on Saturday, see a double feature of Footloose and Tremors. Saturday, May 11th, enjoy the Mahoning music series with Almost Famous. Thursday, May 15th, the Thursday ThreadUp film series presents Heavy Metal. Friday, May 16th, enjoy a remake double take featuring The Mummy. Enjoy a double feature of The Mummy from 1932 starring Boris Karloff and The Mummy from 1999 starring Brendan Fraser. On Saturday, May 17th, it's Severin Saturday with a triple feature of Castle of Blood, Psychomania, and Drive-In Massacre. Then on Sunday, May 18th, enjoy the film Popcorn with a shock stock-up horror market. Gates open at 5 p.m. Thursday, May 22nd kicks off the weekend-long Drive-In Zombie Fest 11, including Thursday, May 22nd, Creepshow. On Friday, May 23rd, a triple feature of Return of the Living Dead, H.P. Lovecraft's Reanimator, and Waxwork. On Saturday, May 24th, a triple feature of City of the Walking Dead, Burial Ground, and Night of the Zombies. And finally, on Sunday, May 25th, a triple feature of Night of the Creeps, Return of the Living Dead Part 2, and Beyond Reanimator. Then on Friday, May 30th and Saturday, May 31st, King Keanu takes over the Mahoning. On Friday, May 30th, enjoy a double feature of The Matrix and Johnny Mnemonic. And on Saturday, May 31st, enjoy a double feature of Point Break and Speed. Finally, on Sunday, June 1st, enjoy a screening of Michael Mann's Thief. For their complete schedule of upcoming films and events, and to purchase tickets in advance, visit mahoningdit.com. For the complete schedule of upcoming films and events, and to purchase tickets in advance for Shankweiler's Drive-In in Orefield, PA, visit Shankweilers.com. For the complete schedule of upcoming films and events, and to purchase tickets in advance for the Emmaus Theater, visit EmmausTheater.com. Thanks so much for tuning in to this month's episode of At the Movies. Get out there this month, support your local movie theaters, and experience some incredible new movies. Whether they're new releases or just new to you, the way they were meant to be experienced. With fresh popcorn, in a distraction-free environment, and on a massive silver screen. If you discovered this program through BCTV, whether you're watching it on bctv.org or on BCTV's live telecast, consider supporting them at bctv.org/support. BCTV is Berks County's local nonprofit community media organization that enables programs like this one to reach and inform more people in our community. Until next month, I'm Jon Jordan, and I hope to see you at the movies.